Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to run Linux operating system within a Windows operating system, making use of virtual machines. If you don't know what a virtual machine is, it's basically a program that kind of imitates a physical computer. It runs on software, though, that rather than physical hardware, and obviously the software is run on a physical device. So, you know, essentially, it's a clone of um, a physical computer. So first, we're going to need to install some virtual machine software or VMware. There are many different software for this purpose. The one I'm going to be using is VirtualBox. Um, VirtualBox is VM software that can run uh, basically Windows or Linux. So, which is what this tutorial is about. We're going to be running Linux on Windows device. So if you don't already have it, so I have it, but I'll just show you how to download it. So you want to go to virtualbox.org and you just click on this here. It's this blue icon right here, download VirtualBox. And then underneath the VirtualBox platform packages right here, you want to click on Windows hosts. So click this, and you should see the VirtualBox executable installer downloading here. It shouldn't take that long. It should be found in your downloads folder, which is right here. So like it appears right here, but you can just click on it from this tab right here in Google Chrome. But what you do to install the wizard or install VirtualBox is click on the executable here, and then you go to the setup wizard here, click next, and you just can keep clicking next. You don't want to mess with the default features or change them, unless you have some kind of technical need to do that. If you're new to this, I would suggest just leaving these features as is. I'm not going to go any further because I already have the software, so I'm going to cancel that. And then once you already have VirtualBox installed, you can just type it in the program search here, and so then this is what it should look like. Obviously, I already have a virtual machine running here, but it should be new. And so this is what it should look like when you finished installing it. And the next thing we're going to want to do is download a virtual disk image file or VDI file for Ubuntu Linux. Linux is the operating system. Ubuntu is the flavor or version of Linux that we're going to be using in this tutorial video. There are quite a few other versions, Mint, CentOS, Debian, but we'll be using Ubuntu for this purpose. So, and basically the virtual disk image file, VDI file, is a bootable medium required to start up any device, even a physical device. And it's also needed for virtual devices, which mock physical devices. So you want to go to ubuntu.com here and go click on the downloads tab here. And right here, 20.4 LTS, this is the latest version here. I would suggest using this version, so just click on the screen button right here. And now this is going to take a while here, as you can see. Usually takes like 5 minutes. So yeah, I will get back in this video when this finishes downloading. All right, so I already had the file. Actually, I deleted it after creating an instance of my own. So it's right here. I have it, the AMD64 disk image file. So now that we got these VirtualBox and the virtual disk image file, we can create our virtual machine. All right, so to do that, to get started with that, you want to click on this new button right here. And then when you do that, you'll be prompted to create a name, an operating system, specify the operating system for your virtual machine. Obviously, this is a directory here. You can change it by doing this thing here. You can click on that. That will allow you to choose a folder. I'm going to keep it as is because I don't mind where it's at right now. So sample machine. And then the next thing you want to do is change the operating system. We don't want Microsoft Windows. So actually want Linux. And then here we have all the different flavors or versions of Linux. I'm going to choose Ubuntu 64-bit. And just a word of caution here. If you do not have a 64-bit operating system, and you can do that by going to System Information right here, and you will see, where is it? It's, right here, x64. x64 is 64-bit, so this means that your system is running on 64-bit, and mine is right here. If you don't have this, then your system is 32-bit. If you have a 32-bit system, then do not do this 64-bit system. You can only do 32-bit, but 64-bit users can do either. Just word of caution right there. Anyways, you want to click on Proceed or Next. All right, so go click on Next here. And then once you do that, you'll be prompted for your memory size. I would leave these features unless you have like some technical need to customize them, like you want to do like gaming or run some program with that requires a lot of RAM. If you're into that stuff, then but if you're just wanting to use Linux for whatever reason, play around with it or anything else like that, I would just leave it as is. I'm going to leave all these features for the tutorial, so I'm just going to proceed on Next here. And then you'll be prompted to create a hard disk, which again imitates a physical drive on your physical computer. This does take up space on your physical device, so this will take up some space. You can see the default is set to 10 gigabytes. We're just going to create virtual hard disks, and you can leave it as VDI, virtual box disk image. Feel free to leave that as is. Just click on Next. And don't worry about this. This basically dynamically allocated here means that your disk will expand in size up to your computer's memory limit as far as you want it to go. So like, if you keep using space on your virtual machine, it'll just add up until you've reached your physical memory limit on your computer. It should be something like a terabyte or 512 gigabytes. So again, but normally you shouldn't use all of that dynamically allocated size, which was 10 gigabytes default. So again, don't worry about this unless you're really concerned about memory usage. And then fixed size, of course, here, that basically limits the memory of the virtual machine that you're using. Again, unless you're really concerned about your storage and memory usage, I would just leave this setting alone. So I click on Next here. And then as you can see right here, we have the disk location. So I just create. And then, okay. So then that's here. So now we have our virtual machine over here. So now that we have this, you want to click on this green arrow, the Start button. So I'm going to click here. Hold on. All right, so you click there, Start button right there. And then here's what you want to do. You want to select your startup disk. And if you don't already have it, which you shouldn't, but you want to click on this folder icon and then this green plus add with the disk icon right here. So add disk image. And if you didn't leave this if you didn't move this file from where it was, it should be under downloads. So just click there, hit choose. You may not see this start option available, so just if you don't see it like I do here, you just hit cancel, and of course it will start, but it won't run right away. Yeah, see what happens. No bootable medium found. So just work around this problem. You can do optical drives. You can choose create image here, and then do the same thing. Choose. Just exit out of this. Just power off. All right, and then when it's powered off, you can just restart it again. All right, so then start the machine up. So it should. Yeah, there we go. Now it should work. So basically what you do is you go to Devices, Optical Drive, and then do the same thing here, choose Create Disk Image. So now the Ubuntu system is starting up. So all right, so that's good. So if you did everything from there, you shouldn't have any errors. I'm going to go through and just set up the system myself until I can get to the command prompt and other of the utility features for Ubuntu. So I might skip ahead to that part, as you can see. All right, so here we go. This is the Ubuntu system here. So I just started. We should get the option here to just customize, our first features. Like here, I got the install option right now, and obviously you want to hit install Ubuntu here. But if you're doing this on a personal computer or physical computer, you might want to try it first before installing. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and install. So English, continue. So I'm going to just customize these features here. Again, don't worry about these predefined options here, unless you really care about memory or RAM or anything, any other computer-related tech issues. Just leave these as is. So again, this should not take too long. It normally takes about 5 minutes for me once you go through this install process right here. Again, don't worry about this erase disk. This won't erase anything from your physical computer. Basically, it's just within the virtual machine, but yet there's nothing installed on here, so you can just ignore this install now. Continue. All right. And then, just continue. Feel free to name this whatever you want. Obviously, I'm going to do this. It should load, and then continue. Okay. Yeah, this is the part here that might take a little bit of time. And this is what you would normally expect when installing a Ubuntu machine, even on a physical computer, regardless of the physical or virtual. This is what you would go through to install Ubuntu. This is a fully functional Ubuntu operating system. once this is done installing, I don't think I'll show this in the video, but you should be able to have your basic graphical user interface or GUI features of command prompt, web browser, um, library, files, folders, right? Feel free to use them at your desire, whatever you were originally wanting to use Linux for, you can use it here. So, yeah, and that's pretty much how you install Linux virtual machine on Windows. That's how you can use a Linux within Windows. So, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.